Real estate can be a lucrative investment whether you're buying or selling a property in the United States. But for the non-US citizens, there's an important regulation you need to be aware of. It's called FIRPTA. And today we're going to talk about FIRPTA, the Foreign Investment in Real Property Tax Act. Whether you're buying or selling a property in the United States as a non-US citizen, this information is crucial for you. FIRPTA, enacted in 1980, stands for the Foreign Investment in Real Property Tax Act. Its main purpose is to ensure that foreign investors pay US federal income tax on the gains from the sale of the US real estate. So how does it work? Essentially, when a foreign person sells US real estate, FIRPTA requires that the buyer withholds a portion of the sales price, typically 15%, and sends it to the IRS. This withholding acts as an advance payment on the potential taxes owed by the seller. So if you are a seller and you are a non-US citizen, here are a few key points that you need to keep in mind. Number one is the withholding rate. So generally 15% of the sale price will be withheld. However, there are exceptions and conditions that might adjust this rate. Number two is the exemptions. Certain exemptions exist, such as properties sold for less than $300,000 that will be used as the buyer's residence, which might lower or eliminate the withholding requirement. And number third, and the most important, is the filing requirement. You'll need to file a US tax return to report the sale and potentially recover some of the withheld amount if it exceeds your actual tax liability. Now, if you are a buyer, here are a few things that you really need to be aware of and you really need to know. Number one is the withholding responsibility. As a buyer, you are responsible for withholding the required amount and sending it to the IRS. So number two is the IRS forms. You'll need to complete the IRS forms, which would be used to report and remit the withholding. And number third, which I think is very important, is that you should consider hiring a tax professional who is aware of the FIRPTA rules and who will navigate the FIRPTA requirements and will ensure compliance. Now, because DC is a hub for international organizations, the realtors here in the DC metro area, many have come across FIRPTA related transactions. But you have to keep in mind a few very important points. If you are a non-US citizen and you are either going to buy or sell a property, number one is always consult with a professional. Always consult with a real estate attorney or a tax professional experienced with FIRPTA to ensure you understand your obligations and opportunities. You can ask your realtor to help you guide in reaching such professionals, or they might provide you some contacts of such professionals that they have worked in the past. Number two is to plan ahead. Whether buying or selling, factor FIRPTA into your financial planning and avoid surprises at closing. And number third is to stay informed. Regulations can change, so stay informed about the latest updates regarding FIRPTA, especially when you are going ahead with a transaction of buying or selling. So understanding FIRPTA is essential for smooth and real estate transaction as a non-US citizen. And with the right knowledge and professional guidance, you can navigate this process with confidence. So happy buying and sellings, and thank you for watching. And feel free to call if you need any kind of help or you have any questions.